Okay, now it's working. Yeah, Jin. Uh, why do
Yo,
you think why do you think Ryu beats Kashima?
yeah, there are just two direct statements that put Area above Cosmo when it comes to AP.
Which are
Um, him having the highest output.
why can't that just be referring to Sendai specifically?
Yeah. See, the reason why I don't think it is, those are descriptions and like backstories of the characters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. We know that it's not referring to Senda Colony because even in the flashback and the Cosmo fight,
Uh
they
huh.
talk about Ryu having the house output there. How it was a quote
No.
unquote rumor, but they didn't want to verify it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. It's okay. Whenever Kashimo is alive, Kenjaku refers to it as a rumor, saying that yeah, it's rumor
No,
that it
no,
has
no,
the
no,
wait,
not
wait, wait,
Kenjaku.
wait. Okay.
No, no, I'm
Kenjaku's
just
the
making
one
sure
who
we got it,
makes the
right.
statement.
I'm just making sure we got it right. Kenjaku didn't say it. Cosmo thought it was a rumor, and
Okay.
Cosmo didn't want to verify it or
Wait.
not.
Let me
Okay.
let me let me get you the statement. It says blah blah blah. No, oh, I should have challenged you. I found something interesting in Mutsu province. There's someone with the greatest cost energy output in the history of Date region. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no, and then Cosmo responds, sounds like a rumor, but Cosmo
no,
didn't want. So Cosmo was the one who didn't want to
no,
verify it or
okay.
not.
Then Kashima says, yeah, Mutsu, that's quite far. So all this means is literally just that. Okay, yeah, Ryu has the highest output wherever he lived, right? And now he has the
No,
highest output
sorry,
within the
sorry.
Sendai colony. I don't see
Sure,
what
my
that
point,
proves.
listen. My point is that these are backstories because
Uh
they are
huh.
telling us who these characters are, like what makes them
Yeah.
special, right? And
Mm-hmm.
from the backstory we get from Ryu when he's alive, even then, it's consistent that he has his highest output statement regardless
Yeah,
of what time
okay,
period.
yeah, he
Right?
has the okay, yeah, it's consistent. He has the highest output within a specific region. I'm fine. I'm saying that's what the backstory can be referring to. That sure he's not.
No, it can't.
Shush. Let me finish. Sure, the thing that makes him special is the fact that within most sorcerers, Ryu has like a higher output than most other sorcerers. I don't see why that's applied to Kashimo. Seeing as
No, no,
seeing as all of the statements are specifically referring to one region. For example, like the Kenjaku statement says he has the highest output in Date province, and then the and then the what's his name, the Sendai
Date
statement. I don't
province
see
is a
why
date.
that has
It's a
to.
date. That's a time period.
No,
That can be
Date
conceded.
Date province is a place.
No, I think it's a time period because
Dude, what do you think a
so
province is? What do you think a
no, I'm
province is?
here. So they clarify the place.
No, they say
Oh,
Date province.
no, no,
What do you mean, Jin?
simmer. In the same scan,
Okay.
they clarify what place they're talking about.
Yes, Date
Michiko.
province. No, I'm just
Simmer,
gonna
I know. I'm
give me a
arguing
second.
that is referring to a time period and not a place.
Give me a
And I'm pointing
second.
this out why it should be a time period because earlier in that same scan, literally the sentence before, they say the place it took place in is Mitsuruko.
No, I'm doing. I'm just gonna get you this. I'm just gonna get you the scan.
I know the scan. I posted it.
Wait. Let me
You can
see.
see before they even talk about date province, they already tell us where it took place. So I don't think
Wait. Let me look at the
it's
scan. Let me look at
date.
the scan. Let me look at the scan. Wait, you didn't send it.
I did looking. Oh, I sent it in tier list. My mistake. I'll send it again.
Uh,
Here, you can see right before they bring up date province, they talk about where this quote unquote rumor took place at.
the highest gust energy output ever happened in Day Province. Oh yeah, that last statement is fine. I'm fine with him having like higher gust energy output than this old version of Kashima. I don't see why that should like scale back to this like younger version.
Okay. So my point, Summer, right,
Uh
is
huh.
that when they say, do you even know about the statement during the re not re the
Yes, yeah. I know
the
that.
re okay, no,
Okay,
the
go
statement. I'm
ahead.
not talking about the highest output. I'm talking about the statement where they specifically say that Ryu is the only sorcerer who can produce the same output regardless of what technique he's using.
That doesn't prove what you're
No,
trying
it
to
does
say.
matter. It does matter. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't. It does matter
Just because he
because
has a consistent output, Jin, doesn't prove that he has a higher output than Kashima does.
Let Jin explain,
Okay, go ahead.
please.
okay, the reason why I think it does matter is because Cosmo specifically says when he fights Akari that Hikari is so strong via his reinforcement alone, his
Uh,
output alone, that his curse technique cannot even affect him like that.
yeah, why do
That's
you?
why he has to charge.
Okay,
That's why he has to charge up and hit him with like
Oh.
little lightning blast to even do any sniff
Okay,
damage.
are you
to him,
done?
Right? So that's why I'm saying this is consistent for why Ryu should have high
Jin.
output than Kashimo.
Okay, Jin. Okay, now you're just chatting and going on to
Yeah,
multiple
wait.
other points. It's a
You
shotgun
gonna let him
now.
explain?
No, okay, he's going on to multiple other points. Wait. Yeah, I want to address the thing you said. I want to address the thing you said about Hakari not being able to affect or Kashimo's cast energy trait not being able to affect Hakari. One, that doesn't matter because you would never be able to prove that Ryu's output is stronger than Hakari's, right? The concept of Ryu and his jackpot hadn't been introduced at the time of Ryu being stated to have the highest cast energy output. So that wouldn't. No. Shh. So that wouldn't scale back to him. The Hakari fight happens after the Yuta fight. So just because that statement, shush. Just because that statement is made doesn't scale it back to Hakari or Kashimo, since neither of them have been introduced yet. It doesn't cover either of them. Like that statement that you're trying to argue for right now doesn't. I don't think you can just randomly try to assume that Kashimo is introduced to that statement or Kashimo is like included in that statement. I don't know why that statement can just not be referring to Sendai specific.
Yeah, so Hakari in his quote-unquote strength was brought up way before Sendai was even established.
Sure, that's fine. His cast energy output wasn't referenced.
So Hakari, wait. So Hakari.
All they know is that he's stronger than Yuta.
Correct?
Hmm?
Wait, so Hakari as a narrative
Let
piece,
Jin respond.
Go ahead.
so Hakari as a narrative piece was already established inside.
Sure, why was the full concept of his strength introduced at the
No.
time?
You tried to say earlier that we don't know if Hakari was established.
No, Jin, I'm trying to explain what I mean now. Okay, Jin, I'm trying to explain what I mean. Okay.
Start muting you.
Okay, he's already finished.
I just finished.
He's just finished. He's just finished.
Clarify, I didn't even hear what you
Okay,
said.
go ahead, Jin.
Okay, so you said earlier
Uh-huh.
Hakari wasn't even a thing brought up in the series yet, and I'm disagreeing because even before the Sendai colony was even established, where they tell us backstories on who these fighters are, like Oro, Ryu, and what they have in their arsenal that makes them so strong, what makes them such vicious fighters. Hakari was already brought up to be like, well, on a roll, he's even stronger than I am, right? So Hakari was already established as a narrative piece to how strong he is as a fighter.
Okay, Jin, just because we know something about Hakari's strength doesn't mean we know the full description of it. Doesn't mean we know about like things like his output, things like his stats, right? That's why even in the interview guides, they specifically show like vagueness whenever they're talking about Hakari. They're like, oh, what is this ability that makes him stronger than Yuta, right? So it's clearly just the narrative trying to indicate to us that Hakari's strength at the time is vague, right? So you'd never be able to say that this statement covers Hakari, right? Just because Hakari has been introduced, just because they've said his name, if the author hasn't even introduced him within a fight, there'd be no evidence as to why this statement. Shush. There's no evidence of this statement like referring to a full power Hakari or a jackpot Hakari. Nothing implies that. You're just chatting.
Okay,
Shinra, now let Jin go. No interruption.
Shinra, you know he fought Yuji before he.
Is he in jackpot then? Is he in jackpot?
No. But Shinra, my point is that Hakari, when he fought Yuji, said he felt cold. Okay. So if wait. So
let him finish.
Okay, so he felt cold. Not only that, we saw his curse technique. We saw him summon doors like he does in his domain. We saw how his curse technique operates. So we saw him summon roulette doors. We saw him say he's cold, and then guess what? On a roll, if we link these pieces together, guess what that means? Hakari was already established as a vital piece of narrative. Gege already told us how strong he was if he got in the right situation before Ryu was already set up.
Wait.
Gege already.
Okay, now that's a shotgun.
Gege already showed us his curse technique when his fight against Yuji, when he was summoning roulette doors and trapping and all this shit.
Is he in jackpot then? Oh my god.
Fight, he felt cold.
You're just Jin. Okay, Jin.
Okay, wait. Jin feels like it's a shotgun. Jin, would you like to explain that?
What did you just say, Alden? Okay, Jin. Anyway, right? I want to address the first thing you said.
Hold up, Jin. Are you dropping the shotgun point?
No.
I didn't say anything about shotgun.
Shinra, are you dropping the shotgun?
No. I think what he said
Okay,
is a
explain
shotgun.
why it's a
Okay.
shotgun, then allow Jin
It's
to
a
respond.
okay. It's a shotgun because he's bringing up multiple different points. He's bringing up the point about we see Hikari does this, and therefore his strength would be implied, right? And then he's moving on to something else. I'm trying to say that okay, cease and
Jin, you gotta
cease
let
and
him
desist
Yeah,
from
go ahead.
speaking.
Go ahead. I'm just
Cease and
talking.
desist from speaking. Anyway, right? So I want to address the first thing, right? About Hikari being punching Yuji and his curse technique being like
Okay, wait,
introduced.
hold up. Let Jin reply to your shotgun
Okay.
claim. Jin.
I don't think for shotgun. You're asking for evidence to why Hikari was established for how strong he was in the narrative. I'm giving you evidence in
Okay.
subpoints, and it's only three.
Okay, so it's still a
Wait,
shotgun.
Shinra, stop. Wait for him to be done.
If you think I'm talking too fast for you to understand, I can slow it down. But I'm saying these 3 points in conjunction is what makes Hikari establish
Wow.
how strong he was in the narrative before Ryu was even introduced.
Oh, for real.
If we look on panel, you do agree that Hikari just
Okay,
Stop
now
right there.
Shinra respond to that.
You just said it was 3 points. Making a shotgun is called is making multiple points. No, shh. It doesn't even matter. You just agreed you made 3 points. It doesn't matter if it's a sub point or whatever you consider to be a main point. As long as you agree that you've made to multiple points, then I'm just going to dismiss it as a shotgun. Because even though it's still a sub point, it's still a new point, Jin. So I want to Jin. I want to address the first Jin. I want to address the first thing you said about Hikari like curse technique being involved.
No. Let Jin respond to the shotgun thing.
Oh my God, there's
Then we're gonna progress through that later.
It's only considered a shotgun if you can't understand it. Like you don't
Yeah,
understand.
okay,
what I'm saying, 'cause I'm
Jin.
Like I'm supposed to
Wait,
million
let him
Okay.
finish. Let him go, bro. Stop. Go
Shinra,
ahead.
I've been talking at a pretty normal pace here, and I've only brought up 3 things.
Okay,
I don't think you can't understand what I'm saying. I think you clearly know what
Jin.
I'm saying. You just kind of cut me off, so I don't establish a solid argument because when I'm trying to make it look weaker than
Jin, you're
That's
just
what I think is happening.
okay.
Okay, alright, Jin, stop with this.
I
Like,
agree with this.
Jin. There's no Jin. There's no need for you,
just
Jin.
explain.
The-
Respond to his
Okay,
argument.
no,
You don't have to do all this extra.
There's no need for him to continue to filibuster as long as he's agreed that.
Jin, do you have?
Oh my God!
Yo, Jin, do you have a refutation to the shotgun point?
If he's saying
Yes, I can understand your point. Yes, I can understand.
Oh my
God.
God, yo. Okay, I'm gonna start server muting. Anyway, Jin, do you have a response to the shotgun point?
If he's saying that I'm speaking too fast for him to properly understand, I'll dumb it down my speed.
That's
If he thinks that I'm bringing up too many points for him to understand, I would like for him to reiterate my point to see if that's true.
Okay,
Okay. Jesus Christ.
go ahead, Shinra.
Jin, I think you making multiple points is making it hard for me to refute all 3 of them at once. So I just want to start with the first thing, right? So are you fine with me refuting the first thing about Hikari's like strength being introduced? Then we can move on to the other stuff.
I mean, all 3 of those points for why.
Okay.
Why his strength was
Okay, all right. So
Is it-
you're gonna do the
telling you.
first one.
Yeah.
You're gonna progress on to the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
thank you.
I'm gonna list out-
No. I already know what it is. Yeah, I already know.
You know
Okay.
how it is.
So if the character that Kashimo fights is Jackpot Hikari, right, and the character that's in question is Jackpot Hikari, yet only the strength of base Hikari has been introduced, then just because the strength of base Hikari has been introduced doesn't justify what I've asked you to prove, which is that the strength of Jackpot Hikari has been introduced, Jin. Unless you can give me any evidence that the strength of Jackpot Hikari has been introduced, right, then you cannot just try and say that his strength has been introduced at the time. Like, this is stupid, Jin. You really can't prove what you're trying to argue. So go ahead.
Okay. I'm just gonna list out my 3 points for why Hikari as a narrative placeholder wasn't.
What the hell? No.
I'm only. Look, let me finish. I'm only saying these 3 so we can keep it
No,
on
do
track.
the first one and then.
Yeah, I know. I'm only posting that so we can remember what I said. Okay, that's all I do.
No, No. We're not gonna disorganize this whole thing. You're literally about to shut up.
I'm not. Oh my
All you
god.
have to, bro,
That's
Jin.
not. I want you to all this. Listen.
Jin,
What
what do
I'm
you
doing.
mean you're gonna present 3 points
That's
and
not
then
what
let
I'm doing.
him?
All this. Listen.
I
All this.
understand you want to establish 3 points for him to go
No,
ahead
all
and
this.
respond
All
to other things
this.
later.
All
But
this.
just
All
for the
this.
debate to stay on track,
All this,
just
I
present the
understand.
first
All this,
point
all I'm
first.
doing, right? All I'm doing is so I don't forget. I'm listening to 3 things.
Type them out.
And I'm going to start with number 1. What we're on.
Type them out. Just type them out,
Okay.
bud.
Yeah, okay, so then write them down, and the first one we'll just go. Okay.
That's all I'm doing. Like what? That's not a shotgun. Like what? Okay.
I'm going to
All
bring up 3 points, but I'm not going to shotgun you. Good shit.
Wow. Like it's almost like I 17 to 1 by
Alright,
1.
stop
Okay.
with this bullshit. Just start the debate again.
Okay.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
So, like you said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
we already do know Hikari's strength for what makes him stronger. It's on a roll, like it's really stated, like it's actually stated. Okay, like there is no argument against that.
Wait, repeat that?
Like, you can't. I said we already do know what makes him so strong, right? Which was when he's on a roll, he's stronger than Yuta. Like it's already brought up in the narrative. Okay.
Okay. You don't think that
So
could?
I don't think.
Wait. Do you think that?
Wait.
Okay. Well.
I don't think him not being on a roll against Yuji matters because my point for what I brought up Yuji for is that against Yuji we saw his curse technique, so we know how he operates. Okay?
No.
And
Alright, let Shinra respond.
Does he operate? Okay, wait. 1, does he use his curse technique when he's in jackpot? 2, right? What's his name? Do you think the Yuta statement is referring to Hikari in jackpot or Hikari in base? Because those are 2 things that you're presupposing for your argument.
okay, Shinra, when he fights Yuji, what does he say?
He says, I don't know. What does he say? Tell me.
He says, "I'm feeling cold."
Okay, why is that what Yuta is
You
referring
guys are
to?
about to go into just repeating the same
Yeah,
thing.
why is that what
You
Yuta
said
is
this
referring
earlier.
to?
Yo, do you guys want to conclude on this? Like, I'm not trying to hear
Okay,
this
yeah,
over again. I already
okay.
heard it.
Jin, okay, I'm going to ask you this one more time. Just because, right, he says he's feeling cold, why is that what Yuta is referring to? When he says if he's on a roll, he's stronger than him.
Jin, do you feel like you've already responded?
And why does him using his curse technique until he's on a roll? That's the last thing I'll ask you.
I literally brought up earlier. I said verbatim. In that fight, we see him use his curse technique, and it looks just like a roulette door.
Yeah.
So we already know how his curse technique operates. Okay, so he's spinning.
No. He says when he's on a roll. I think on a roll most likely would just be interpreted. On a roll will most likely be referring to jackpot because we see basic Hikari's going relative to Yuji, and Yuta is stronger than Yuji.
Shimura. I am not arguing he is in jackpot against Yuji. What I'm arguing is that
do you want to conclude?
At that point in time, already set up how a card operates as a strength factor. Gege showed us his curse technique.
Just because we know how he could fight doesn't mean that we know how strong he is. Do you want to conclude?
Okay.
Do you want to conclude?
Okay.
Actually,
I'm gonna say one more thing before we go to conclusion.
Okay.
Gege already showed us what his peak looks like with the statement
No.
that in a row he's stronger than Yuta.
That doesn't mean his full strength has been
I'm not
gone into.
Yo, let him finish.
Go ahead.
Gege already showed us what his floor looks like when he's cold. He's like base Yuji level, and he's just summoning doors, right? So Gege already showed us his ceiling, his floor, and how his curse.
Why do you think that's his ceiling?
Looks like. When he's on a roll, he's stronger than Yuta.
So okay, I have a question. When you're an adult, you're stronger than me as a child. Does that mean that's what you cap at?
Yes, sure. I don't care.
What? Jin, okay, now that's just irrational, bro. Okay, for example, wait, Jin.
Shinra, go.
Okay, I'm going to give it because we both do Naruto, right? I've already been you on Naruto, so I'll put it in the way you can understand, right? Anyway, right? If Naruto as a teenager is stronger than Kid Naruto, right? That doesn't cap him at Kid Naruto level because that's not how scaling works, Jin. Scaling goes A over B over C. If one is just above A and the other one is above A, that doesn't put one above the other, Jin. That doesn't mean that's what he caps at. Just because, like, I can destroy a wall with no difficulty, that doesn't mean I cap at destroying a wall with no difficulty. Those two things don't correlate. So do you want to conclude?
Okay, so your analogy is just analogous.
It's just analogous. Thank you,
Uh,
Jen.
yes, the analogy, the reason why this is analogous, the statement that Hikari gives is that when he's on a roll, right? So when he is on fire, he has a prolonged success of good luck, or what's the other dumb descriptive term for good luck or
Reductio.
let's see, let me look at it. As good luck, or I don't care, but a prolonged success of good luck, he is stronger Yuta. So they are already giving Hikari the benefit of the doubt, right? That he has this amazing sense of fate on his side. Basically, he's just already stronger Yuta, right? So he gets he's getting all these pieces to help him in his favor. That's when he's stronger Yuta. When he doesn't get all these pieces, he's massively weaker than he should be, right? And then we see that's it. Like we see him at his lowest, we see him at his highest when things are working for him.
Jin,
Like,
do you want to conclude?
a scale.
Okay,
It's
Jin,
a scale.
Jin.
It's not anything.
You just repeated your argument
Yeah,
from
that's
before.
pretty
Okay, Jin, that's literally just a tautology of your argument before. Do you want to
It's
move
not
on?
tautology, but okay, whatever.
Jin, spell tautology.
Spell tautology. I don't gotta spell it.
Exactly. Let's move on.
Yo, please, bro.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we
I'll
can conclude this point.
I'll conclude.
We can conclude.
Actually, Alden, who do you think on this point?
I'm not the judge.
Oh.
David is.
Oh, wait.
I'm a moderator.
David, who do you think on this point?
Is David even here?
Yeah, this is David doing tell
That's
me.
who they agreed on, David. They agreed on you judging.
I joined 5 minutes ago.
If he wasn't here, yeah, it's just recording.
Yeah, I'm it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so we're just gonna conclude, bro.
Actually, we don't need to conclude. I don't feel like explaining my argument all over again. So do you want to just move on to the next point? So if you won Hikari, if you won Ryu, quote unquote, has like higher output than Hikari, where does that with his blast? Sure, where does that get you?
Okay, my point, the reason was I brought up the highest output thing for Ryu, is that it's actually stated that, like, it just demonstrated too, that Hikari Kashimo's lightning blast are considered output, like it's literally stated.
Kashimo's wait a minute, Kashimo's lightning bolt is considered output.
Dude, would you guys be fine with our baller judging?
Sure, Kashimo's lightning bolt can be considered output. I don't think that matters.
So
Wait, Jin. You said that like Ryu's Hikari's output is able to negate like Kashima's attacks and like what's his name? And if Ryu has higher output, then he'd also be able to negate his attacks. And and I disagree with that because even if his output is higher than Kashima's with his blasts, what does that correlate back to amplification?
okay, I'm gonna point this out for you. Kashimo literally says that because of your output, you can negate.
That isn't what I'm asking you, Jin.
What did you ask him?
Oh my god, you were just shadowboxing my argument. Jin, I'm going to ask you this one more time, right? Why does Ryu having stronger blasts, right, mean that he has stronger amplification? Why can he amplify more cast energy onto his stats than Kashimo can? Just because he has higher cast energy output in his blasts, why does that correlate back to his stats, Jin?
Okay, so when you say stats, you were referring to all around and not AP though, right?
I'm talking about AP durability and speed, yeah.
Okay. When I say output, I'm only referring to AP and durability.
Sure. Why does that mean it has higher AP or durability?
Okay, do you know what the word highest is though? Like just so we don't.
Do you want to move on? Do you want to move on? Jin, do you want to move on? I'm not going to sit here and have you punching the air at my argument. Do you want to move on?
Shinra, like I'm making sure like we are.
Yes, Jin. I know what highest is. Jin, I know what highest is.
Okay, so,
I'm not in the 3rd grade. Do you want to move on now?
Yeah, okay, you asked why does him having the highest output mean he's stronger and more durable?
That is not why. Jin, do you want to move on?
Bro, Shinra, what?
Do you want to move on?
Okay, I'm gonna answer your question. If you don't think it addresses it, we can move on. So, Kashimo in the scan I posted earlier already says that output is what negates whatchamacallit, his technique being effective against you, like the strength of his technique.
Oh really? Oh for real?
Yes.
Oh for real?
Yes.
Oh for
So,
real?
like, he says
Oh for real?
Hikari
Oh for
how
real?
much
Say swear. Say swear. Say swear. Oh really?
Okay.
Let's move on.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Let's move on.
I've already explained why the Sendai colony descriptions are referring to their backstory and their technique, and is not referring to only Sendai. It's literally talking about why they are strong, why they're vicious fighters.
Okay.
So that, and I even talked to
Yeah. Jin. We go all that. Do you want to move on?
Okay. So.
Okay. Do you want to move on?
Okay. So I've already explained.
Oh my god.
Then.
Okay, no, okay, Jen. Now that we've moved on, I'm going to explain to you why you're an idiot. I agree that he can have higher cast energy output onto his like blast. I asked you why that was in reference to his stats. You did, or why his cast energy output was higher than Kashimo's in terms of stats, and you didn't give me an answer. So I'm just going to ask I'm just going to ask David. We can ask David. We can ask David. We can ask David.
Watch the recording.
We can ask David, blood.
And his fight against Yuta, that regardless of who he's a Christian or not, he has the same output.
Yes, he has this. Yes, into his blast.
So that really means that Cosmo's weak without charging up. So thank you for agreeing that.
You're just chatting now. You're just chatting now.
I brought it up in debate.
Jin. The blast thing doesn't matter.
I didn't chat, so you lost.
I'm not judging on the spot right now. Oh my god. Anyway.
Want to go to Shinra scaling?
We can if he wants to.
Okay,
yeah,
Jen, we can get into my scaling. You're fine with Kashimo. You're fine with Kashimo above like relative to Hikari.
Were we talking about him being charged up or not charged up?
It doesn't matter. You think he gets higher stats when he charges up?
Well, no. The point is the charging only is him releasing a lightning blast, like a lightning bolt.
I don't care.
That charge. Okay.
I don't care. Do you think he's relative to Hikari in terms of stats?
If we're talking solely about AP without him charging up.
Speed, AP and speed, bro. AP and speed.
AP, fuck no.
Okay, do you know he's able to tank Hikari's attacks?
He's weaker though, so like it don't matter.
Well, how can you tank someone's attacks and have lower AP and durability than them?
Oh my god, he doesn't tank. He gets hurt.
Do you? Okay, wait. I'm going to slit your throat. Anyway, this is Kashimo blocking Ryu's attacks point blank.
That he has a weapon blocking it. So.
What do you think he's using to have the weapon, Jen? Tell me, enlighten me. Give me your tier 3 explanation. Go ahead.
Okay, so Shinra, my point is that the weapon, regardless if you want to say.
Answer the question.
Shinra, I'm answering it. Like, so be quiet. Regardless if you think Kashimo amps the weapon itself still has strength. So that is literally
said who? Why do you think the weapon has enough durability to affect like whether or not Hikari can destroy it? Do you think if the weapon had the same durability as a stick, then that would also factor into like Kashimo's ability to tank the attack? Like for that argument to work, you'd have to be presupposing that this weapon has any high durability, which you can't prove.
I'm just gonna put you like simple like this.
And then he stops talking.
It's so simple. Like you see that in chat, like even if I still man that, like look at that shit, bro. Like that's crazy. Like,
wait, let me see. Let me peep this. Stick plus Kashimo output equals to above Kashimo. That would be randomly again just be presupposing that this thing has any amount of durability to actually put it significantly above Kashimo in terms of durability, to the level where Kashimo would be unable to like tank the attack without this stick.
I mean, we literally see that when he drops the stick and fights hand to hand, he gets hurt by it.
He gets hurt. Okay, do you think he's getting his jaw blown open when Hikari punches him?
What?
Okay, do you think he's getting significantly hurt by Hikari's attacks?
I mean, he's bleeding when he gets hit. So
okay, do you want me to show you Hikari piecing him up and him not bleeding?
I mean, you can if you want to.
I can if I want to.
Yeah,
good shit. Yeah. Not talking about base, Buckaroo.
Okay.
Make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. Oh no. Wow, Jin, I want you to peep this, right? I want you to compute this into your mind. Look, 1 plus 2 isn't above 2. You're a Negro. Anyway, what's it says? Hikari hits him dead in the stomach, and then Kashimo smiles it off. It's kind of how all of your arguments are just bouncing off of me. My Nigerian juju is too strong for you, so refute the argument now.
Yo, bro? Can you look at what's this right here, Shinra?
Jin, refute the scan I just sent. Damn! Refute the scan I just sent, Jin. That's him tanking his attack. So do you want to move on now?
That right there. What he's getting damaged.
Okay, Jin. Jin. No, his mouth is closed.
What?
Whenever someone punches you in the stomach, you start dry heaving because you lose air. That doesn't mean his stats got damaged. That doesn't mean his ribs got caved in, Jin. I'm saying that he's still able to smile off the attack, implying that it isn't actually affecting him significantly.
Simmer, I want you to listen. I am not saying Hikari is punching holes in his stomach. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that every time Jackpot Hikari hits Kashimo, he bleeds. Right? And you can see in the
nice. No, Jin, that's literally just marks of impact. Jin. Do you think when they hit him in the stomach, right, he just starts bleeding from where he gets hit, even though we don't see any blood on his clothes after?
Blood comes out his mouth, bro.
Well, we see the dots are coming out from where he gets hit in the stomach. Like, what are you talking about, Jin? Jin, I'm gonna crop this for you. Because apparently, even D1 thinks I wear glasses. So it's crazy how someone who, quote unquote, has glasses can still see better than you. I'm gonna crop this for you, Jin. Come on, wait. Let's use our eyes together. Because I know you might be 5'7", you might not be able to see the scans properly. Jin, he hits him in the stomach or solar plexus, as Perfect likes calling it, and the dots are still there, Jin. So what do you think? This is? Explain this to me. Go ahead, talk. Where's the argument? Keep cooking. Those are not the same dots. Okay, so Jin, now that you've agreed that these dots don't inherently mean anything, right? That doesn't prove your argument. Are you slow? Why do you think they're not the same?
Bro.
Why do you think they're not the same? Why? Go ahead, tell me.
Bro.
He also takes attacks to the face. Actually, Jin, do you want to just move on? Jin,
you show me him taking attacks to the face?
we see he takes.
2 minutes, you guys could conclude.
Yeah.
Actually,
he takes attacks to the face.
I'll show you a scene of him taking an attack to the face.
Jin, can we just speed this up? Because we need to end this debate in 2 minutes. Because I don't want to hold up on this event. So, Jin, are you fine with just ending this point here, then we can move on to the next point?
Whatchamacallit, the scene you posted is base, I think.
Base, prove that.
But yeah, that's Jack.
Yeah, sure he can get hit when he's off guard. That's fine.
Off guard, anyway.
Okay, do you want to move on?
So, yeah, we can move on.
Oh, okay, good. Are you fine with Hikari over Yuta?
When he's on a roll, yeah.
Okay, good. Do you think he's on a roll here?
No.
Why?
Okay. Do you know how many jackpots he used in the fight?
Do you think that amps his stats? Do you think the amount of jackpots he uses makes him stronger?
Sure.
Prove that.
Does he did not just say that?
No, prove that.
Yuta says directly, when Hikari's on a roll, he is stronger than I am.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying, why does the amount of jackpots he uses make him stronger than just one regular jackpot? That way, okay, yeah, on a roll can just mean he's consistently using the jackpot. He's saying when he's on a roll and when he hits one jackpot, he's stronger. And if he continues to hit those jackpots, then he'd win the fight. That's what the statement means. Because he isn't stronger in base. Wait. He isn't stronger in base, right? And he isn't, of course it is. So when he goes into jackpot, that's what this would be. Because the statements specifically made about Hikari are like, what's this ability that makes Hikari stronger than Yuta? And clearly that's referring to this new ability he has that got introduced and got hyped up during his fight against Charles. So do you want to move on now?
So just to make sure, so you already agreed that on the roll is like him having continuous doing jackpot.
That Jin, that's
If he
fine.
does
I'm saying, why does that amp his
wait.
stats?
If he does one jackpot, he is not stronger than Hikari.
Okay, why?
Wait,
Okay,
we know what?
Jin, okay, even though I agree on a roll, that means he's stronger in the sense that he's able to win in a
When
fight. I'm asking, Jin. Even though I agree on a roll, he'd win in a fight because he'd be able to outlast him. I'm asking, why is he weaker when he's only using one jackpot? I don't think there's a signal. Wait. Jin, I'm going to explain this slowly for you because you don't seem to be understanding. If he uses one jackpot, he beats up Yuta, he'll eventually run out of it, then Yuta will win the fight. So if he uses it over and over again, then he'll be able to win the fight because he has an extended time limit. The time limit he has is extended. So I'm asking you, what does him being on a roll prove anything?
Yeah, Shinra, like you've been talking and not letting me talk for a
Do you
minute.
want to move? Okay, God.
Can you like be quiet and not stop asking me doing wrong? Let me talk. Like what the fuck? Okay,
No.
So one, like jackpot just does give him extra Christian energy. Like I hope you agree to that. Like yes, no, maybe so. Like it just does.
That doesn't matter.
This. Okay, so if it gives him extra Christian energy, and each time he gets a jackpot, he's getting more Christian energy.
Why do you think he's getting more cursed energy than his first jackpot?
So, because he's getting more Christian energy, he has more to work with. Therefore, he has more to put around his body.
Jin, why do you think he's okay? Jin, do you know how his jackpot works?
His jackpot, he gets a fuck ton Christian energy. He becomes immortal. And
yes. And then when it runs out, the cursed energy disappears, right? And then when he gets a jackpot again, it comes back. So he isn't getting extra cursed energy. Do you want to move on? He isn't getting. Doesn't have some left over, Jin. That doesn't. This is how it works.
When he hits jackpot multiple times, he gets stronger.
Prove that. Okay, that's a question, Beg. Do you want to move on?
Bro, I just told you a scan. Like what?
Oh yes, he gets the cursed energy bonus. Then yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so when he has jackpot,
because he wasn't jackpot at the start. Okay,
so
do you want to move on? No, Jin, do you want to just move on? Jin, do you want to just move on?
Sure.
Okay, and are you fine with Yuta to Ryu?
I think Ryu has more AP.
I don't care. Are you fine with? Actually, their states have similar AP. Close and strength. Yuta's max power is relative to his. Yuta's also.
Yo, you guys gotta wrap up.
This should be done in 5 minutes. Yuta is able to damage him with his physicals. Are you fine with that?
Yuta, why? When?
It's. Put it in your mouth. How it tastes a little bit. Anyway, now Jin just talking. Don't worry, I'm gonna use my Negro Jutsu. Chill. Jin, I want you to let's look at the scan together again. You know, let's have father and son reading time. What is this? He's getting beat in the face and blood's leaking from his head. What's happening there, Jin? Explain this to me.
Was that not from earlier after he just got done fighting Rika?
No, he got hit with an icebreaker.
Which ignores durability?
Prove that!
Okay. Let me see if I can... Which chapter is when does Uro directly...
Uro hits Yuta and he doesn't do any damage to Yuta, I'm pretty sure.
I'm talking about the statements he says for within icebreaker.
It's been 33 minutes, Ice, and what's his name? Yeah, he hits like it makes him into a sky and hits it as a surface, something like that. Okay.
She says ignores it and just attacks the sky, so let me see.
That's not what that statement says, yeah. Baby. Yeah, it's been 33 minutes. Y'all way too soft, man. These 5 minutes looking crazy. Oh, do you want to just end it here? Like, do you want to just agree to the rest of my scaling?
Because, like, whatchamacallit,
Blood, do you want to just agree to my scaling? Yo, chill. Do you want to just agree to my scaling?
I'm disagreeing with... Whatever, bro. I'm disagreeing with the
I'm asking you nicely to concede.
All right, people. Can you guys give your conclusions, please?
Okay.
So
I'm getting the scan though. Hold
Jin,
up.
give your conclusion. This is on the whole debate. You go first.
Actually, I don't think we need to give a conclusion. I'm just gonna end the recording because I don't think.
No, we need a conclusion, bro.
Yo, David, because like my vision being slow, you know the scan I'm talking about though. When I think it's like 176. It's when Oro first hits Yuta with Thin Iceberg. He says it ignores the thing and just attacks
My
the
cursed
directly,
energy.
so it's the
My curse technique hits the sky as a surface. Blah 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 blah. She hits him with thin icebreaker.
see, exactly. It's not aimed at the person. It's aimed at the sky. So
Okay.
it's her attacking directly. So like
Yeah, it's attacking the sky. Why does that ignore his durability? Because it's literally just
it's not aimed
slamming
at
him
Yuta.
into the
It's
ground.
direct at the sky. That's the point. Like, what?
Yes, okay, and after hitting the sky, it then goes on to damage Yuta. So why is that ignoring his durability? It's just hitting
doesn't
something,
directly
and then
affect
wait. It's just hitting something. Then that thing has a chain reaction which damages him. Why does that ignore his durability? Because if
Bro,
he ignored his durability, he
She
died.
literally says, I ignore the person, I attack the sky directly, and because I'm doing that, I crack I crack them like ice. She's literally
No,
saying,
she's
well,
cracking the
I don't- it doesn't
sky.
matter how.
She's cracking the sky like thin ice,
she-
not the
she is
person.
saying- okay, she is saying because she is ignoring the person and directly attacking the sky, she is going to hurt the person because she's cracked them like ice
Okay.
directly.
She's cracked.
I do not
Okay,
know how you
okay.
interpret anything.
I'm just going to explain this to you again. She cracks the sky, right? Then the sky then goes on to damage him. That doesn't entail that it damages the person or ignores their durability. Do you want to move
It
on?
does, but okay,
Do you want to move
you're-
on?
you're-
Do you want to move on? Can I end the recording now?
Mhm.
Okay, good.